Thank you for tuning in to The Solution is You. I hope that you are doing well. I do appreciate you for taking time out of your day to listen to my channel. If you find value within my messages, then don't hesitate to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. With that, let's go ahead and get into today's topic. Now, the topic of today is the three types of people that can take you out of character. Each of us, we go about our normal day, and the last thing that we need is for someone to take us out of character. There's a lot of people that we encounter, and there are good and bad people. But sometimes you encounter those who test you and want to see you jump out of character. So I have three types of people that I want to talk about that can do just that. Person number one is the loud talker. So this is the person, when you're trying to have a conversation with them, they like to loud talk you, try to embarrass you. So say you're at the DMV, maybe you're going in to get your driver's license renewed, or you may be going in to get your driver's license or ID for the first time. So you get up early in the morning, say around 5 a.m. because you got to be there around 8 a.m. So you think you're going to be the first person in line. So you get up real early, you hustle on down to the DMV, you park your car, and then you see that there is a long line outside of the DMV. So you go ahead and you jump in line. You're in line for about an hour. It's raining outside. So you finally get inside to the DMV. You're in the building. You filled out your paperwork. You up at the counter, and the attendant is looking over your paperwork. Then she tells you that you're missing a document and they can't process your application until you have the document. So you go ahead and tell them that you brought everything that was necessary according to the website. So then at that point, the person gets loud with you and say, well, if you would have read exactly what was on that website, then you would have had what you needed when you came up here to see us. So everybody turns and looks, and you feeling some type of way. So you start to raise your voice. So with everybody looking, the clerk always try to take it up a notch. They always gotta try to get somebody else involved behind the counter. And they know that they have the police protection. There's always at least one officer that's in the back somewhere that's kind of monitoring everything to make sure everybody's in line. So the clerk is aware of this. So they always try to take it up a notch. Talking about, now I'm not going to stand here and argue with you. Either you're going to go to the back of the line or you can get out. Dealing with the people at the DMV or any of those state offices can really take you out of character. Person number two is the rude teacher at school. So this may be a teacher who may be at daycare or any of the teachers at grade school. So, there's always at least one teacher that presents themselves as if they take no mess. So, they look at all the other teachers as different from them. All the other teachers are soft compared to them. So they always make it their business to go out of their way when they meet with a parent to show them who the boss is. So this is the person who probably has the worst attitude in the school. So they're really rude. So say, for instance, you're a parent and either you going up to the daycare because you got a report that your kid was acting up, or it could be in grade school. So you head up to the school and you're going up there to have a decent, cordial conversation with the teacher. And so once you arrive, you're smiling, you're trying to set the tone. You got your kid with you. So you go in the conference room, and perhaps the meeting is being recorded just for safety purposes. And So you begin to ask, okay, give me the rundown on what's been going on with my kid. And so the teacher is telling you everything that your child has done, talking about the behavior, how it started out cool, but then over time it spiraled, and that your child is always talking in class and they hardly ever pay attention. And so your child, so you're defending your child saying, well, usually that doesn't happen and I haven't had this issue with any other teacher. And so you question the teacher's teaching habits or abilities and things like that. So the teacher starts getting angered because they feel like they're the best teacher in the school. And they feel like, who are you to question their behavior and how they teach? So then you start asking more questions to determine, the teacher's teaching ability. So the teacher gets smart and say, well, I would like to know what you're teaching this child at home. It seems like the child doesn't have any home training. All the other students are doing well, but it's only yours that causes these issues. Now you really feeling some type of way, and the only thing that you heard out of that was no home training. So now you ready to definitely jump out of character and get into something else. I know there's a whole lot of you that has been in a situation with a teacher over your child. Now the third and final person that can take you out of character, and I know we can all relate to this, is the inconsiderate speeder. So this is the person out on the road who is always tailgating you, the person who is speeding and dodging in and out of traffic, almost running you off the road. This is the person who really doesn't care that you could be on your way back from a doctor's appointment. You may have just had surgery, so you have to drive slowly. This is the person who really doesn't care that it could be your son or your daughter who just learned how to drive and they're taking their time out on the road. This could also be a person that really doesn't care whether it's your grandmother or grandfather who is very careful out on the road for obvious reasons. And so they decide that they're going to cut them off and just speed as fast as possible. Speeders, there's a lot of things that can happen from someone who is inconsiderate on the road. There are fights that can be a result of road rage. Somebody could get seriously injured or even killed. These uncontrolled speeders are definitely someone who can take you out of character. Regardless to whatever situation we encounter or whoever we come in contact with, it's up to us to make sure that we keep a cool head at all times and that we think in advance of how we are to handle a situation so that we don't get caught slipping and do something that we will regret possibly for the rest of our lives. I thank you for listening to me today. Please understand that the solution is you. With that, have a great day.